What it do? It's your boy ELOOO, man. We in the building. I just did half of an episode without the mic on, so I'm already lit. I was already going in, you heard me? And then I realized that the microphone went on. So like I said before, we here for a short time, not a long time today, so I ain't even going to elaborate too much. We are here today. DM questions. This is the segment called DM questions, so y'all rock with me today, man. I'm going to do this all over again because I just did it. Wide open, you heard me? Listen up. We're brought to you today by Kingdom. This is the beard butter product that has been around for about 5 years now. That is still one of our top sellers. And we also have beard butter. We have beard oils, beard brushes and combs. We got hydrating hair mist. Hydrating hair mist that is great detangler for any type of hair, especially if you got them curly girls. For the girls, you heard me? We got it all for you, man. We got hair balms that is better than hair grease because it's not as greasy and have you all shiny and extraness, you know what I mean? We got what you need, hair growth oils. We got it all over there at Kingdom. So shout out to Kingdom. There's the beard butter product. This is the look to it, that all sleek, all black with that gold in there, showing you a Kingdom-like lifestyle of natural, essential products and ingredients. So with that being said, we here. Sip this coffee with you, boy. Like I said, we on DM questions. I got quite a bit of them, so I'm going to attack maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 of them today, and then we'll go from that point. It's like I just said, I just turned up on the microphone and realized that the levels to the mic wasn't doing this. So I looked again while I was still talking, like, hold on, brother, you're not recording. So let's get to it. First question on the thing. The difference, you say, talk about the difference between today's opportunity for high school players. Let's go there. The opportunity is more than it ever been. First off, let's speak on this. 2 Wednesdays ago, what that was, December 3rd through the 5th, was ENSD. ENSD. That is Early National Signing Day. That's what we had 2 Wednesdays ago. Early National Signing Day. So if there's an E in front of National Signing Day, that means that there will be a National Signing Day period that don't have an E in front of it, correct? So if you are a young man that is a senior in high school that hasn't received any offers, if you're a young man in high school that hasn't committed to any of your offers, that doesn't mean that you won't receive any. That doesn't mean that you won't sign to one. What that means is that you got until February 6th to make it happen. February 6th is actual National Signing Day. So with that being said, bro, you got opportunities where y'all got 2 different periods of signing days. You got opportunities that you can't even explain. We didn't have social media when we was growing up. We didn't have none of this stuff, bro. Don't you know YouTube was created in 2006? Mother Levels was in school in 2000. YouTube was created in 2006, brother. I think I was doing a bid or something by then. Yeah, like, what are we talking about, man? The opportunity in life for these youngsters is on a whole nother level. Back when we was growing up, my lover thought it was lucrative to be a rapper. Today's lucrative is social media screaming. Being a YouTube screamer, Cassinet and them. Was multi-millionaires officers. We thought the rappers was making money back in the day. Them children weren't making no money. They were signing 360 deals and getting stuff loaned to them and fronted to them, and we thought they had money. We didn't have no money. These youngsters today got money. It's a different opportunity in life. But let's talk about the sports part. The other day, and you know, when I speak about these kids, when I speak, I don't ever put no name on them. I speak of them as a figurine. I speak of them as a character, you know, because that's what most of them is until they find themselves. Most of these kids are operating and being and doing what they see. They're being, what is called monkey see, monkey do. That's what they see. So if majority is doing it, they're rolling with the majority. And then these kids ain't being led by nobody. Half the time I talk to these kids, they always make a statement that doesn't make sense to me. I had a kid tell me he not being recruited because of the coach. And this dude got a real situation going on. It's your first year playing varsity. That has nothing to do with your current coach. If you don't have more than 2 seasons of film, it's going to be hard for you to get recruited. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible, but there's some work that needs to be done, and majority is done by yourself. You know how many people in the NFL tells a story of when they was in high school, they didn't have one offer until they themselves sent emails to the college coaches? Now let's go to it. Quick Cuts, Huddle, all of these sites that these schools pay for to put your highlights on that you can go through and clip up everything and make your own highlight reel to. Not only do those schools have this stuff set up for your kid to go and clip up their highlights, make their highlights, they could have been doing it all season. But on those sites, there's little fill-in boxes that tell you to do certain things when you're signing up your video, correct? So when I was going through and I was looking, I noticed that there was a box that said Twitter. That means that you can put your Twitter handle on there. What does that mean? That means that college coaches are operating on Twitter, correct? So my son, a freshman, he knows nothing about this because all he do is see the social media bull jive of you got kids 10, 11 years old talking about they getting offers from colleges. Bro, that's cool and dandy. Those aren't even, half of those aren't committable offers. There is a such thing as a non-committable offer and a committable offer. Sometimes schools do this to stay within the hype of things of, oh, this kid is good at this point. There's a long journey from middle school to your senior year. So there's no telling what can happen to this kid. Football is a gladiator sport. You can step on it one time and never play again. So social media creates all this hoopla and everything. These kids making posters about they transferring and all that there. Mother love of this high school ball. Bring your rump to the next school, put the work in and get on the field, and then we can post you, bro. All this social media posting about I'm transferring, I'm going here, I'm doing this, I did this. Oh, I got invited to a camp. Good. Go to the camp and show out now. That's how we should know that you got committed to a camp. Well, at the end of the camp, you post that you got the MVP of the camp. That's when it matters. But you getting invited to a camp just for you to show up and be at the back of the line, letting everybody skip you. You all timid and stuff to get to the, man, come on, man. Let's go back to what we was talking about. Man, these kids is killing me with this social media stuff. And then this whole offer situation is mind-blowing. You got to do your own work, young man. So what I did with my son was we Googled. I told him, give me 3 colleges that you would like to play for. Small, big, whatever. Just give me something on top of your name. So what we did, we Googled up Kevin Beard, the wide receivers coach at the University of Miami. First thing that we found was his Twitter handle. Time I found his Twitter handle, I said, repost from Quick Cuts, go in there and repost on Twitter your highlight reel that we just created. Tag him. Google 5 more coaches that coach wide receivers in college football. Tag them. There was nothing hard about that. Young homie, you got to do your own footwork, and the coaches can vouch for you, bro. That's what everybody is talking about. Oh, go to this school, and this school can get you scholarships. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm going to tell you why. Most of these coaches don't have a rapport with a set college to just continuously send athletes to. There is a handful of schools that are powerhouses that continuously send students from high school to set colleges. You got the Miami Northwesterns, the Shamadai Madonnas. You got those schools of such who has rapports with members of the coaching staff at set schools. So therefore, in certain situations, yes. But in this area, no. You got a lot of coaches in this area that got rapports with Division II schools and Division 1A schools, and yes. So to think that you're going to go, I'm going to take my run to Vero and get a scholarship. Hey, who says the coaches even must mess with you down there in Vero to that extent? Homeboy, do your own work. Your coaches can vouch for you. Your coaches can put 10 on 100 for you and get you recruited. Yes. But the homework is done. Man, I can point them out. Is multiple players that's in the NFL today that didn't get a high school look until they started doing their own homework. Some of these guys took off and went to a JUCO and then started reaching out to these coaches. Bro, there's paths and journeys to this situation. There's so much opportunity. It's crazy. In today's time, you can go to a JUCO for 2 years and still have all 4 years of eligibility in college football. Do you know when we was growing up? Let me sip on that one. Do you know when we was growing up? The moment your toes touch the other side of that white line on that football field. Your college clock had just started. Whether you played 1 snap, 2 snaps, 100 snaps, 1,000 snaps, your clock started. So maybe you did get on the field for 3 reps that season. And guess what happened? You just lost a whole year and you only played 3 times. As in now today, you can go to a JUCO, go and play 1,000 snaps, 200,000 snaps from freshman year on until you get ready to transfer. If you pay attention to the lay of the field right now, the major transfer portal people are coming from JUCOs and smaller colleges right now. The top tier players are coming. CJ Daniels, that plays wide receiver for the University of Miami, that just came from LSU. Where did he start his college career at? Liberty University. Okay, let's go to another one. Cameron Ward, the #1 pick in the NFL draft this year. Where did he start his collegiate career at? Incarnate Ward. You didn't never heard of no Incarnate Ward. You ain't never heard of that college. This man just ended up being the #1 pick in the NFL draft. Oh, do I need to keep going? Because they out there. But these kids want to just place blame and stuff. They lazy, bro. They lazy, bro. They lazy in no guidance. So I'm not knocking you. What I'm trying to do is give you information to let you know that you need to do more yourself. You need to do more yourself so that these people can help you. These kids is on social media to be cool and to post and keep up with the world instead of them doing what they need to do. Bro, if you really want to go to college, let me tell you this. We got kids that can go and start at a Florida Memorial right now. We got kids that can go and start at any college around this thing right now. You know, you got Welbers, you got Warner University, you got a lot of universities around here that let you get your foot in the door to gain more footage, especially if you have a unorthodox high school career. If you don't have enough game film to show that you've been out here getting this work done on varsity level, how can a coach come and get you? This is reality. Hey, man, like I said, the opportunity is so high for these kids today, it's almost mind-blowing. With some of the stuff that I see, and then the stuff that I hear these kids saying. The last school that I was at, the coach was hating on me. What the heck? No, ain't no heck. What the hell do that coach got to do with what you doing for you? That's the problem. Everybody else wants somebody to do something for them. You got to do your work, bro. We is in 2025, and in a couple of weeks, we'll be in 2026. What was it? Just in them time. You heard me? Hey, that's how I'm responding to these DM questions. I'm gonna get in depth with y'all. I done went, this how we do, man. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be here long, but I done over elaborated on that topic. Hold on, before I go to the next topic with the youth and these young men and everything, because that's my passion, bro. I want to help these young men get themselves together, dog. Period, man. Like, it's so much lies out here that's being presented, like I just spoke on, as in you thinking that the rappers are the ones making the money when they the ones signing the 360 deals and they the ones who just getting all these loans. It's just like what the rapper Russ said, the white guy Russ that rap, that got beautiful music. Russ said, if you want to sign yourself, work on your credit, go to the bank, take out a $200,000 loan, and you be your own record label, because that's all the labels do to you, give you about $150,000, and then you got to pay it all back with interest, and you ain't even much selling music like that there. But yeah, keep scratch on that. Man, let's talk about this here real quick. Let me go and say this here. Phillip Rivers, you big box head behind, boy. If you coming back, boy, I'm in the gym, boy. I ain't even lying to you. I've been on that jump rope. I've been on everything trying to get right. I'm about to call an agent or something. I'm about to try to get back on the field. My doggone self. This man 44 years old. He wasn't even good when he was 34. Talking about Phillip Rivers signed with the Colts. Sign me up, man. I throw better than Phillip Rivers. Matter of fact, get right. I'm going to leave Phillip Rivers alone because I'm mad. I had to just spew that out real quick. Let's get to another one. Check me out. Hey, okay, this kind of correlates to, I like this here. OG type fella wrote this one to me. It said, ask them jits this. If I showed you the right way, would you listen and follow? I recall I just sat here and gave y'all the right way to even must get a school to look at you. Let's see, would you listen and follow? With that, this is my answer to that, man. And I think no. I got one more thing I'm gonna speak on before I roll out. Would you listen and follow? Let me say this. No, them jits wouldn't listen and follow, because this is something that I always say when I'm talking to the youngsters. The first thing we gotta ask these young boys is, what is your definition of a man? The second thing we gotta ask them is, who do you look up to? Because I could be telling you to do something that they consider lame, you know? When we go to the detention center and do the haircuts, I always try to make a connection with the young men so I can pour into their life in some type of way, even if I don't say too much to them, because some of these young boys got a hard exterior just because they have to protect their interior. So I don't try to knock down on them, beat down on them too much. I just try to get a connection with them. And then that's the main thing that I asked them. Who you look up to? What do you consider a man? Because I can in the next breath say, oh, don't sell drugs. Oh, don't gang bang. And they could be on some Compton stuff and they whole family bangers. And how you gonna tell them that that's wrong? They could be on some get money stuff and they whole family sell dope or sold dope. You know what I'm saying? You got to find out what it is that's the influence to these kids before we can actually properly influence these kids. So the first thing I say is, do that kid even look at you in the light that he would listen to you? Do that kid even look at you in a formal way of, oh, I would want to live my life like that, to listen to you? Because if a kid see you as just a lame, goofy, or just a duck behind dude, like, bro, he's not listening to you. He's not listening to you. But this is my take to that kid. Don't listen to nobody. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to these people. I want you to look at their lives and ask yourself, do this person possess anything that I would want to possess? And I ain't talking just materialistic stuff. Is this person the caliber man that I would want to be? If that's the case, I say look more into this person. Ask that person more questions. And I pray that it's into a role of leadership that can lead you to success. Young man, I pray that you looking up to somebody that ain't just making excuses in life, because there's a lot of men that's halfway doing life and they make it look like they doing it all the way. Most of these jokers ain't paying no real bills, so they ain't got no real responsibilities, and that's why they run into these nightclubs and stuff every night, and that's why they got here just making and creating babies on each and every corner. That ain't real man. That ain't being a real man. I told the football team this one day at the field, and I'm gonna get on up out of here. I was gonna add another bulletin, but I elaborated on that first bulletin so much, I'm gonna leave this alone. You heard me? I told them I said, a lot of y'all don't have y'all father involved in y'all life. I was the same way, standing right here on Panther Lane. Boy, let me tell you something. That's such a beautiful thing to say, boy. I really lived that, boy. I live what these kids is living right now. My mama was doing everything she could do, give me everything she could, but she didn't have that manly authority to put my rump in place, because I thought I knew everything under the sun, bro. And I said I knew it was time to leave school. I thought I knew all of that there. Hold on, that is another bulletin on here. Hold on. I said, where that? I said, I seen myself from the kid while the kid was having a breakdown or I gave the kid the perfect sense. I told him, listen, I seen the jit break down. He said, man, it's over with. I ain't doing this no more, man. Bump all this here. I said, boy, you sound just like me 20 years ago, standing on the same road, doing the same dumb behind thing, black and not, doing football season about nothing. Nothing that is of sort of real life pressure, jit. So that's why I thank God I'm there to even must talk to these jits to let them know, bro. You don't want to crash out and leave school, bro, because it ain't nothing not there for you except for trouble or death. That's it. Stay your rump in school, get to this money, man. Y'all actually get paid to go to school now. Y'all actually get paid to play football. Back when we was growing up, I remember they say 2 to 5% of people make it to the NFL. That's what we was fighting for back then, to be a part of that 2 to 5%. Now, shit, y'all at a 60 percentile that's going to college, bro. They get paid in college now. I ain't just talking about for football. Girls flag football get paid. Girls softball get paid. The pitcher for South Carolina, that young lady getting $1 million a year in NIL deal, brother. What we talking about? Man, this thing right here is powerful and deadly. Use it in a powerful way. Research the proper things that can really get you some change. I pray for these young men on the next level, bro, because a lot of these kids are being led and detoured to a dark and dark place. And I'm gonna elaborate on it more because me and one of my people, we spoke on this. I was one of the topics that I'm gonna talk about. I got it written down about how parents and older adults lead these kids to dark places in the straight because they never been nowhere. Yeah. You got parents and older siblings and uncles and aunties and grandparents that's jealous of these young kids that got a bright future. And on that note, I'm going to tell you like this here. You got to work on yourself, man. You got to work on yourself so you can be of assistance to these youngsters to help them go to the next level. And with that said, we're going to rock this thing on up, man. Today, this segment was called DM Questions. DM questions. Y'all keep them rolling. Y'all DM me. When you see me out and about, tell me, hey, pull that notepad out. Pull out your handy dandy notepad and write this down. Give me a topic. Give me some questions. I love it. I love doing this, and especially when I'm able to send these messages directly to the youth. They need it. They need it. We need it. The youth is the future. The youth is the people who are going to be walking around running this community soon. I told a couple players, I said, if you had to coach you would have been quit. But I can't quit on you, bro, because I thought it was worse. So now I'm in a position to be running this thing to set them up so that they can run the next generation. You catch me? That's how I roll. It's just like I told you, you got to see who they looking up to. And what they looking up to should be having something that they should be able to look up to. With that said, man, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face and we can make the world a better place. Make sure that y'all check out the Kingdom products. We got the website up. We got the social media handles up. We got it on deck at the barbershop. We got it on deck at the school. Yeah, y'all come through a Florida Student Cosmetology School. We teaching barbering over there. We teaching cosmetology. We teaching estheticians. We teaching nail techs. And we graduating at a high rate. Come through and see it. Real black excellence. Come downtown Fort Pierce, 2nd Street. Matter of fact, this weekend we got a big event going on Saturday, which y'all come down with y'all kids and be a part of. Shout out to boy Jose Legit, Jose Ruiz. You heard me? Shout out to my boy for real, man. My brother really been out here doing this thing in the community 10 plus years. He's really been out here doing this tour drive for taking care of multiple families. He got the poinsettias for sale right now. Man, I'm shouting out the people that's in the community, man, that really been around helping me. Shout out to Larry Neese in the roofing company, bro. Larry Neese been around here forever. If you ever seen me do a concert in this area, we was at Larry Neese's office, bro. Like, he turned his roofing building into a stage for multiple up-and-coming artists to make they room into a stage, bro. Like, Larry Neese and family, man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who really around here helping people. And I ain't talking about no monetary assistance type of thing. I'm talking about all I need is a stage to get on. Well, here's a stage for you. Yeah. All I need is a cameraman. Well, here's a camera. Just get the man. Yeah. Like that type of stuff, bro. Like, we need more assistance more than people taking care of people out here. And then that's where we can get to what we just spoke on about these kids understanding that they the ones who going to put their foot in the proper doors. We supposed to be the ones who back them. Man, peace and blessings to y'all out there, man. It's been a beautiful segment. I'll be on a lot more, and I will be breaking these down and posting them a lot more. So major love to you and yours, and I pray nothing but blessings on top of y'all, especially during this time of season when people get confused thinking that they got to have the most money to buy the most gifts for their kids, when it's all about family and love, man. Spend that time properly. Hey, pull out the card table like back in the days. Get some spade games rolling. Get some, bump that Uno junk. They be cheating me. Everybody want to draw for me, so bump Uno. Pull out the spade so I can slam on this table and make you feel some type of way when I tell you, get your rump off from off this table like I'm about to do right now. Have a great day. There's your boy.